Hey guys, Mike from Boyer Bows here. One of the questions I'm asked a lot, and everyone wants to kind of, everyone has their own answer for it, but nobody has a great solution, is how do you get the twist out of a bow limb? Well, a lot of times, if it doesn't screw up the way, if it's mild enough that it doesn't mess up with the way the bow performs, I just leave it. It's not an issue. But if it does mess up with the bow's performance and either make the bow unsafe, or for whatever reason the string is no longer tracking properly over the bow, I need to find a way to get rid of it. And there are a lot of ways to do it. Sometimes you can shave wood off of one side compared to the other because the twist will go to a stronger side. You can, like in the case of the Osage, you can just use dry heat on its own and just bend the twist out. I do that a lot with Osage. It's very, very forgiving wood. But whitewoods are a little tougher. They don't like holding whatever bend you want to induce in them unless you do a significant steam bend. And this is one way. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this mousetrap looking apparatus here. The reason I'm doing it this way today is because I have rawhide and a saya glued onto the end of this limb. And if I were just to steam it to get the twist out, it would undo the glue for the saya and the rawhide. What I want to do is a very localized heating of just the belly of the bow. It'll translate down eventually into the back of the bow if I keep going in this direction, but ultimately I want to do the back, the belly and the sides and leave the back alone so I don't lose the rawhide. If I do lose the rawhide, it's not the end of the world because I'll just glue on a new piece of rawhide, but I really like the glue up on this saya, so I want to leave it. And here's how I do it. I've attached, let me show you a close-up of my highly technological and scientific process. Taking a wrench, cinched it down on the limb. Now if we look, it's right where the glue up, where the saya ends in the glue, it ends in the glue up. I don't know how well you can see that, but there it is. On the other side there is no more saya, only rawhide. You'll notice I have it kind of at the up angle. I've attached a string with a uni knot, hopefully that'll hold, to a bucket. I told you this was highly scientific stuff here. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is, and let me show you. Currently, I don't know how well you can see that. It doesn't look like a major twist in the limb, but the limb is twisted this way. It should be straight and it's twisted this way. So what I want to do is induce twist so it twists back in that direction. And if you'll watch, when I push down on the wrench, what happens? It twists in the other direction. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to heat up this part of the limb here. I'm going to put weight in the bucket, and then when it is bent a little bit past as far as I want the twist to come out of it, because it's going to lose some of it. When it's there, I'm going to take the heat off. I'm going to leave the weight on so that it cools in that position, and then hopefully we'll have a straightened out bow limb. What weight am I using? Well, I've got a bunch of these really heavy things here. I'm just going to add them to the bucket. And one more. Okay, one more. And now you can see, now that I've added that, you can see how much it's not, it's not huge, but it's definitely twisting in the correct direction now. It's a little past where I want it, but like I said, when I take it off, it is going to come back a little bit. So my goal is to have it come back. When it comes back, it's going to come back perfect. Have a little oil here. I don't think it matters what oil you use, guys, really. It's just to protect the wood. I know some people use olive oil, some people use peanut oil. Something with a high smoke point is probably a good idea, if you even know what that is. It just means the oil won't burn. A lot of chefs use that in cooking because the smoke tastes bad, but here we really don't care about that as much as I don't want it to light up. I don't want it to ignite. Get our little heat gun. What's going to happen is when this is ready to go, it's going to bend even more. This is going to drop down and bend even more. So we're just going to heat it up. The oil, just like I said, protects the wood. And we'll just let it heat up. And I want to stay away from the back of the bow because I want to keep the rawhide as intact as possible. There are other ways of doing this. You can put it in a big steam machine, or there are localized ways of steaming the bow, which I think I'm going to show you pretty soon here, coming up. Where you don't have to make a steam box to build it, you just steam the areas you want. Same way with a heat gun. And it's a really cool way of doing things, and I'll show you how to do that in an upcoming video. But for now, we're just going to we're going to get this going. We're going to heat it up as much as we can. And I can see it's already starting to drop. It's already starting to go. Now obviously I don't want to make it go so much that the limb snaps, which would be a great blooper video, and not out of my realm of impossibility. But let's see what we can do here. Yeah, there it goes. I'm just going to wait till this is level, and then I'm going to stop. That's pretty hot. I'm going to take a little weight out. See, the wood just absorbed the oil over there. It's getting light. I can see it's not. I'm going to put a little more oil on. Yes, I have my basting brush here. I figure it's cooking oil, so hey, why not? We're just going to oil it up. Oh, hey, yeah, okay, that's hot enough. Alright, and always when you are done with your heat gun, make sure you can put it down on something that isn't going to burn. You know, some way of protecting. If I put it down in the trash can, it's still hot enough to burn right through the trash can, so be careful with those heat guns, man. Burns are no fun. Alright, let's unplug it here. Good enough for now. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh yeah, looking good. Alright, so let me show you how much more we got now. See how much more we got? That's awesome. I may even take one more little one out. Yep. And now I'm just going to let it cool. And as it cools, hopefully it's going to hold at least some of this correction. We'll see. But that's how I get twist out. Now it's going to take a while to cool off. I'm going to let it really go. Actually, it doesn't take that long. It takes about cool. It takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I want to leave it. And it's already, you know, it's warm. It's not hot anymore, and it feels like the rawhide survived. So I'm pretty happy with it. And when we're done, we'll see what we see. Alright. I'm not going to hold on. I'm going to take a break here, and we'll come back in a little bit, see how it worked out. Mike from Boyer Bows. Okay guys, it's time to see how we did. It's nice and cool. So basically, one of the things I do is I just lift the bucket up. And looks like it's holding. It looks like I may have gained a little bit even, but that's okay. I actually wanted the saya straight more than I had to have the limb perfectly straight. It's still going to come back a little bit, but let's get the wrench off. There we go. And now let's take a look. It's actually twisted the other direction. But the nice thing about that is it is going to come back a little bit to straight when it's fully, still just a skosh warm. But not only that, the string, the problem I was having is with the saya on over here, the string was on the wrong side of the bow for right. It was actually crossing the handle more for a left-handed shooter. It wasn't going straight down the middle. Now what I'm going to have with the twist here, if it stays just like this, is it's just going to be slightly out in front of the arrow shelf. It's actually going to be a little bit of a cheater bow. But I don't think it's going to stay there. I can already kind of see it coming back. But you can see how it's twisted the other direction now, which is what I want. And we'll see when we string it up what the end result is. Alright. Obviously, I mean, if I did overshoot it, it's not the end of the world. I just do the process again and straighten it out a little more with a little less torque. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to see where the string is, and I bet, Joe, by the time all is said and done, it's going to be perfect. In any case, the technique clearly worked. So, Mike from Boyer Bows, guys, here's one way of getting the twist out of a limb, and maybe inducing a little twist in the right direction for you. It'll help your bow even better. Alright, Mike from Boyer Bows, guys.